remember your first sports car forever. I decided I would try to help my friend Ben upgrade his Civic to something a bit more, let's say, fun.
Guess what? We just won you a car.
What?
My dream car would be an F-Series BMW with the N55 engine, but
These can cost 20 grand or more.
my budget for this build is only 10 grand. Is that even possible?
So what if we got a crashed one and then rebuilt it together, making this first sports car experience just a little bit more special? So that is what we're going to do. Please make sure to like and subscribe as we really appreciate it. My name is Ethan, this is my friend Ben, and welcome to Car Creations.
Over the next weeks and months, we scoured the internet auctions looking for the perfect BMW. With my budget and how much I'll probably need to spend on repairs, I'm looking for something around 2 to 3 grand. Well, that is before shipping. Looks like shipping is going to add a lot. Maybe the Civic isn't so bad.
We actually found loads of cars in this range and even put a bid in on a few auctions, and we actually won. All right, so we're just about to bid on one, so this is always very nerve-wracking. Okay, all right, 700, 800, 900, 1,000, we got a little bit to go, 1,200, 13, okay, I'm highest, nope, okay, 14, 15, 16, 17, okay, 19, should we go to 2,000, 1,000, 200, we'll go up to 2,500, nope, going to win it? Oh, okay. And we won it. Nice. Pretty much as soon as we won this car, insurance has just gotten back to me, and they won't let the car go for any more than 10 grand. Yeah, you heard that right. $10,000. Not even this car on Facebook Marketplace, completely intact, is going for 10 grand. They are out of their minds. I put in more bids and even won more auctions, but once again, insurance would not settle. We kept looking, then finally one morning, a car came up. I might have the car, and that's because we have a buy it now. M435i Grand Coupe, X-Drive. It's a 2016, it's pretty high mileage, but that's okay. It runs and drives, which we can verify. But what's going for is the fact that we can literally just go and hit buy it now, and we don't have to worry about the hassle of working with insurance companies to let us buy their car. $2,500, and it's ours. However, before I do that, we are going to quickly check the VIN with a site called EPICVIN, just to make sure there's nothing wrong with this car's history. Before buying the car, I need to know if it was hiding anything, especially because it was sold through an auction. So I ran a VIN search through EPICVIN. They had a 30-day trial for $1, which gave me unlimited reports. The report showed one accident. It had the full spec sheet. This car was spec'd out. Interesting part was the mileage record. There are 2 possible odometer rollback events, which on the surface sounds pretty bad. When I look closer, the mileage curve still looked normal, and in both cases, it seemed that it was more like someone recorded the wrong mileage when registering the car than an actual rollback. Still, it's something we need to keep in mind if we bought it. EPICVIN also showed old sale photos of the car, which was really fun to see. I could look back to see what it used to look like before it was crashed. So if you're looking for a car yourself, or just want to check your own car's history, it's kind of fun. You can use the QR code on the screen or the link in the description. With my mind made up that this car might actually be worth it, I bought it first and told Ben after. All right, I think that it's worth to go for. So I'm gonna hit purchase. Buy it now, firm. Congratulations, we have been awarded the 435 Grand Coupe. But this is crazy. I bought it for $2,500, and if you add in the broker fees, the auction fees, transport, taxes, we bought this car in total for $4,545.45. 45. Sounds like I made up that number, but I didn't. That's a crazy amount of fees, but unlike the other auctions, we actually know that it's on its way. Let's go tell Ben. He's gonna be so happy.
Guess what? We just won you a car.
What?
We just won you the car.
For how much?
2,500.
Let me see.
Now all we have to do is wait for it to arrive. What could possibly go wrong? Well, that was unexpected. My wife and I just welcomed into this world, genuinely, our first child. I promise I'm not making this up. Delivery driver actually tried to phone me while he was being born. And so apparently the car's coming early, unlike the child. Thankfully, I had a backup contact for them to phone, and hopefully they can figure it out without me. 2 deliveries in 1 day. Let's go. Just messaged Ben to take care of it, so hopefully there's no issues. Hopefully he can get off the truck. Hopefully the car is not too crashed to get to roll off, but That's Ben's problem.
I just got off the phone with Ethan, so I found out it is my responsibility to go and pick up the car. The guy said that he's dropping the car at the end of our road, which is about 2 miles away from our shop. So now I have to go figure out how to try and lug this car back. I did ask him on the phone to drop it a little closer, but because the roads are dirt, it can't be helpful. So I got the tractor out here and we're on the side of the road right now and I am freezing and we're like 2 miles away from the shop. The car will not go into neutral, which means I can't move it and I don't know what to do. I phoned up Ethan and all he did was send me some YouTube videos that are not helpful. It was guys telling you to do the Joy-Con left and right and up and down, and I did my best, but with all the manic rushing, it was hard to film and drive the tractor at the same time. So we managed to get it off the truck and I don't really know what to do with it. So I'm gonna try and go find a trailer that we can put it in, and yeah, I don't really know.
While Ben was figuring out the trailer, it turned out that leaving the car deserted on the side of the road was just a bit too conspicuous. I am currently driving home right now to take a nap because I am very tired. However, I just got a call saying that the cops want to tow the vehicle. That is, unless I can show up in the next 5 minutes and show some proof of ownership. Now that shouldn't be too hard. I have the ownership papers right on my phone. Thankfully, I decided to leave and take a nap when I did. I have to show up in the next 5 minutes before the tow trucks show up and impound the car. Hopefully we get there in 5 minutes. Hopefully this traffic isn't too bad. I'm just gonna get off here. What do you see when you see a crashed, nice BMW at the end of a dirt road? Well, you think it was stolen, so you call the cops. Let's go show them the title. Let's go give this to the cop. I feel a bit embarrassed. That's okay. All right, so the cops can legally see now that it's my car and they won't tow or impound it. But they are telling me that they have to tow it off the road. The cops called tow trucks, and so I guess we're getting it towed to the house. So I somewhat cheekily asked them if they could just tow it just down the road up to our shop, and tow truck driver is completely fine with that, and the cop. Rested on that. I guess we've solved the issue of getting our car up to our shop and we don't have to worry about the trailer. So I'm gonna let Ben know that forget about the trailer. Tow truck's taking it all the way.
But the problems weren't over yet.
Ooh.
It's dragging it, even though it's in gear.
I think I just heard something slip. I hope the transmission's fine after that. Let's lead him back to the shop and let's get this thing off before we do any more damage. Guess we'll find out what happens to a car when it gets pulled onto a tow truck not in neutral. Not exactly happy about that, to be completely frank with you. When I bought the car, I could see that it started and ran. However, at this particular moment, BMW decided it would not start anymore. That was a bigger issue than it sounds, because you cannot actually put the BMW into neutral without turning the engine on, despite all the YouTube videos that I sent Ben saying otherwise. After more forcing of the transmission, the car was off the truck. Now we have to see what's wrong with this car.
Finally, the truck's actually got it here, and let's see if we can get this thing running. And as you can see, it's got some damage.
It won't run. The front right wheel is hanging on by a thread.
All right, moving all the airbags out of the way so I can actually get to the pedals. We've got absolutely nothing.
Which is really weird because the auction listing when we purchased this car had the engine running. So I'm trying to figure out what it might be. So I think what I'm gonna do first is maybe hook up the code reader or maybe even my computer with ISTA Plus on it. And let's see if we can read some of the codes and figure out what exactly is going on. Front electronic module, 18 faults. DME, digital engine electronics, 17 faults. Engine transmission management, 1 fault. What we're gonna do, clear as many as possible and it will let us start it. Okay.
That's not ideal.
All right, I found it. Safety battery terminal. Resistance too high. There's this little fuse that when the airbags go off, it can blow. Everything points to that fuse as well as the data here.
Can't really see, but the sun is out and it's snowing.
So we found what the issue was. It is the pyro fuse. We even tried taking out the battery and charging it, but it was weird because the ignition would still turn on. We could play music and all that worked. It just, when I tried to start, it seemed to overload itself. This is the pyro fuse. We broke it open and it is completely separated. So when we join this up, this car should start right away. It's popped out right there.
Gotta put the car back together after it even ruined it.
Hey Ben, try starting the car. You're having a bit of an oil leak. You might wanna...
Oh my.
I'm pretty sure that there must be some sort of tune on this car because from factory, this engine does not produce the amount of burbles that this car just blessed us with. So we are very excited and relieved to finally get this car started. That took way too long.
Thankfully, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with the engine. It sounds very good.
Yeah, sure does. And now it's time to fix.
And mod.
We have some cool mod ideas for this car. Guess we're gonna turn it into an F1 car, right? I don't know, but we're definitely gonna make this car something very special. So please make sure to like and subscribe so you can follow along as we build Ben his first sports car.
We hope you've enjoyed our suffering in this video.
And now I genuinely need to get back to my wife and kids. So we hope you'd enjoyed the video, but most of all, we hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next one.